Englebert Humperdinck, it's lovely to talk to you. You're coming to the INEC here in Killarney on the 22nd of April. We're very much looking forward to having you here. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. And the place looks absolutely magnificent. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks, you'd swear it was a green screen behind me, but this is the actual venue. It's lovely to see it
That's,
looking so well. How's life been? It must be great to be able to be back playing some shows again.
I am. I'm very happy. But I just finished the Florida tour, and we went all over, a few places in Florida. I finished up in Biloxi, Mississippi, and everything went great. I was concerned about it because, I haven't been on the stage for a while, and you get a little nervous, with not being working, and so I was happy with the results of it. There's been some great comments and on social media, the people that saw the show, and I was very excited about that.
I was talking to a couple of different artists recently, and they were saying, during COVID-19, they didn't have a lot of practice done. So when they went back on the road, they found it difficult getting
Yeah,
back to live shows again. So,
actually, it was difficult at the beginning. After for the first, I did work a little bit prior to doing the Florida tour, and I did find it a little bit difficult, keeping the voice up, and having the power I had prior to um, uh, into COVID.
hmm as I said, you're coming to the INEC here on April 22nd.
Yeah.
Have you had much opportunities in the last couple of years to visit Ireland?
You
And
know,
if you,
I haven't, but I have been to Ireland, and I do have relatives over there, and certainly hope that they'll come and see me when I am playing at your place.
yeah, it's great to have concerts here again because we went so long without having concerts due
I
to
know, I
COVID and
know.
things.
It's been
So
such it's been such a tragic situation for show business people, who love to be on stage, and I really do love being on stage. I think it gives me great joy, to feel that people have come to see me and my music and hear my music, and I mean, I do travel the world, and it's wonderful to see all nationalities have heard my music, and I think, God, I go to Russia and I go to wherever it is, and they all sing along with me, which is amazing that they would know my music and hardly speak English.
I was looking at some things about you that some people might not know, but you've sold over 140 million records worldwide.
50.
150, wow. We'll
Yeah,
have to get onto them to
proud of
update
it.
that.
Otherwise, I wouldn't mention it. I'm so proud of it. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine was checking on it a couple of years ago, and he said, you realize that you've sold over 150 million albums." I said, "My gosh, that's an amazing situation." I
Yeah.
never even checked, but he did, and I thank him for that, giving me that information.
How must it feel? How must it feel for you to have sold that many records worldwide?
It's just, I didn't realize when I first started in the business that I'd ever sell as many as that. But I mean, my first single, release being, which came out in 1967, is in the Guinness Book of Records for selling, the most records in a short space of time, and it also has the history of saying that it stopped the almighty Beatles from going to number one with their 13th. Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields, which was a double-sided single, and it stopped them from going to number one. And this unknown came up there, and to the almighty Beatles, whom I'm a big fan of, uh, um, I happened to do that. And thank you, God, for doing it.
You've been lucky enough to play with many singers and musicians over the years. So who has been up there in terms of a favorite of yours?
I've done a duet album with a few people, which is great. Like, I've sang with Elton John, and Johnny Mathis and Willie Nelson, and people like that, of that caliber. But I didn't get to do a duet with the great Elvis Presley when he was around, you know. And although I befriended him, I didn't get to sing with him.
Yeah, I think if he was still alive today, I think you would have definitely had that opportunity
Oh,
at some point.
because you know we got to know each other quite well, and he liked me, and of course I liked him. I used to go watch his show in Vegas, and he'd come watch mine, and I learned a lot from watching him because he had a great deal of humility, you know, and he never took his image seriously. He always, you know, made fun of his image, and I took a lesson from that, you know, because I've got a funny name, so I started making fun of myself on stage a little bit.
Can you tell me, because I remember about 10 years ago, you're from Britain, but you ended up representing England in the Eurovision Song Contest.
That was I mean, I was happy to be representing my country, but it's very political, and I'm sorry about it, because I mean, you know, our country's never been in it for so many years, and it never they never realized the top position in the charts, you know. And I was rather shocked because, you know, I was one of the few people who'd sold many records in my life, and some of them didn't even have record contracts. And when I was on, there was a bunch of ladies cooking, you know, and they came second. You know, what has that got to do with the song contest? You know, cooking, and but I don't know. I think the political side of it has taken over, and
It is.
and it's ruined the contest, I think.
It's a very different contest today than it was
Oh, yeah.
30, 40 years ago,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. And a
Definitely.
lot of people say it was real music back years ago. It was real songs competing against each other. Where now, how do you feel when you're listening to new songs that are in the charts at the moment? Do you hear new music at the moment, and how do you feel listening to that compared to songs that would have been out 20, 30 years ago?
Well, songs have taken a different direction now, because you know, I enjoy, although it's the style which I can't knock, you know, and it's what's happening in today's world. But I'm a melodic person, you know. I love melodies, and I love good lyrics. I love good storylines, and I like songs that people can relate to in their personal life, and so that, you know, once they hear it, they say, "Oh, you know, that's part of me. That's part of my life," you know. And that's the sort of thing I want to portray in my music to my public, you know, my audience.
I think a lot of people, even my age now, know all of your songs. People younger than me that
Thank you.
they grew up listening to your songs, and I was reminding myself over the last few days of some of your songs,
Yeah,
and they are timeless. They've obviously been covered by other people as the years went on as well, and
yeah.
they're timeless songs that I think will stand the test of time, and that's a true statement to the singer and musician that you are.
Thank you. Well, I've been very fortunate, you know. My songs, as you say, are has a timeless note to it, and so to speak. And I mean, songs like "The Last Waltz," you know, it was played in dance halls all over the world, and wherever you go, you know, you hear this song, and that alone is quite an asset, you know, that I've accomplished in my life, you know. And of course, "Release Me" is a big karaoke favorite. So people of different kind of, like in the Philippines and everything, you can go to karaoke bars and you hear people singing "Release Me" all the time, you know. And "There Goes My Everything," and "Am I That Easy to Forget," and "Quando Quando," you know. I'm very fortunate, you know. I'm
Uh,
The karaoke machines love me too.
they do, and they will continue to love you for many, many years to come as well.
Yeah.
I must congratulate you before we go as well on your MBE Award, which you received last year. So
Yes.
how was that for you?
It's going great, and as a matter of fact, I'll be going over to the UK in on the 3rd of this month, next month, and I think I'm going to receive it on the 5th, because there's a backlog of handing out the awards, and so therefore I've waited, but it's going to be a worthwhile wait.
Absolutely. Well, it's been lovely to talk to you. We are very much looking forward to you coming here to Killarney on the 22nd of April, and we will see you there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Lovely talking to you. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. By the way, you know who I saw?
Yes.
I saw the other day. I saw Gilbert O'Sullivan in concert over here in Los Angeles, and he's amazing. I mean, some of the songs he's written are unbelievable. You know, and I can remember back in the early days when he was writing these songs. You know, he was at Gordon Mills, our manager at the time, at his house, and he was writing songs like "Alone Again" and you know, Claire, and you know, those sort of songs. And I was there when he was writing them. You know, so it's nice to see him perform them on stage.
Lovely, yeah, he performs here many, many times as well, so we always look forward to having him here as well. Okay, so, lovely to talk to you, and we'll see you in Killarney very, very soon.
Bye-bye.